Intro to Data Science is a new class this year that I've been teaching. It kind of puts statistics and probability in with computers, and so we get to analyze things using codes, creating our own code to be able to get some things that maybe we've created by hand before.
This course was developed by UCLA CenterX, the Department of Statistics, and the UCLA IDS project of CenterX are currently working to improve data literacy for K-12 students and in increasing diversity in STEM education. Any student who has successfully completed Math 1 and Math 2 is eligible to register for IDS. The course can be taken in place of Math 3 and would be a great course for any student who's interested in taking statistics or Google Data Analytics as a senior.
You do not have to have any prior experience with coding to participate in this course at all.
In IDS, our student agency is key to the course, as you get to determine the questions that you like to analyze and drive your learning experience throughout the whole course as a co-constructor of the classroom knowledge.
IDS supports student learning through collaboration, critical thinking, problem solving, and modeling. This course offers students the opportunity to communicate their thinking with others, to work collaboratively to address the problems of the present and the problems of the future.
You'll have the opportunity to develop your data literacy skills through the technical skills of statistics, computational thinking, and like basic coding to tell stories with data.
I think what I've enjoyed more about IDS is the fact that it's not fully like mathematical as like you would think in a math class. It's more kind of like in a coding kind of sense, and it takes more like data.
It's not a traditional math class by any means. It's very different in what we learn and how we learn.
So far, I have been enjoying this coding program called RStudio that we work with. We use RStudio to organize our data, to launch data collection campaigns about a variety of subjects, and to better understand the information we have.
What I most liked about it is like we learn about different things. For example, I know how to do a dot plot, a histogram, and so much more that I can't even name.
So the students actually work on their computers so much more. Almost, I would say 3 to 4 times a week, they have their computers out instead of just a typical lesson. And so that's where a lot of the learning comes in, is going through the different programs that we use with the computers.
It's not a stats class, but it's kind of like that. So we're learning about how to analyze data and how to interpret it, not only a way of like how school would teach you, but interpret it in a way that real life is going to teach you when you go out into the business world.
I've also developed new math skills such as data analyzing and how to find better strategies to use data.
The skills that they're really picking up on, I think, is like the collaboration in particular. They have to work together quite a bit to just to get the code to work and to problem solve and so forth. It's really interactive and very group oriented, so it's going to be just like the job experience in their life.
A lot of critical thinking when you're working through the code and thinking about the code, and then you have to analyze which code fits best for the graph and produces the graph.
And communication is a little bit different in this course when it comes to 5Cs, because we communicate through data and through analyzing the data using graphs or using numerical values. So kind of puts like the math spin on communication.
One of the 5Cs is definitely collaboration, because it doesn't seem like you would collab with others, but you actually speak with other people and you kind of have to get data from them as well, and as well as like working with a partner on like specific projects or whatnot and collecting the data together.
We actually get our own data in this class, and so the students, like it has a lot of ownership. The class has a lot of ownership. And so they get their own data, they supply their own data, and then we get to analyze it. And they get to choose like what kind of analysis they want to do depending on the questions that come up.
The projects that I've loved the most is the practicum project, I think, because we have the freedom to research any topic we want, and based on that topic we get to create graphs and create data, and then we get to present with our partners to the whole class. So yeah, I think the creativity aspect of it, where you have the ambiguity to like interpret the data anything you want. So I think that's my favorite project.
I was surprised to learn how much data is involved in the human world. Like you could open an app like Instagram, Twitter, and anything you look at The second you scroll, the second you like something, the second you click out, it's all being tracked, so they could all track you. So it's really fun and interesting knowing that that data is out there in somebody's hands.
It's really vital to be able to interpret data and be able to not only organize it in a way that you can see it, but organize it in a way someone else can see it. So it's really nice to be able to do that, and then on top of that, the computer programming is definitely going to help in today's climate.
IDS is important because we live in a data world. Everything we do is data driven, and if we don't understand how to read data, how to make sense of data, it's so easy for us to be taken advantage of. So every single one of our students deserves the opportunity to become data literate, and data science will do that for you.
I mean, the whole world is data driven now. People are making money head over feet off of our data, and how they're using it is, continuously changing. I think it's a good idea that we're aware of what our phones are telling or what our data is telling about us, and at the same time, how to take advantage of that same data for our own benefit.
Data is huge, and being able to understand data is going to help them in anything they get to do in any field. So I feel that it's a subject that is going to help people, not just going in the math field, but actually more specifically to people that are not going in math fields.
If you're interested in this course, please talk with your counselor and your mathematics teacher for more information.